never thought there'd come a day when I did not want to make film photography videos on my YouTube channel. Yet, that day came, and when it did, I wasn't exactly ready for it. Not at all. You may or may not have noticed that I haven't posted a video to this channel in quite a bit of time. If you follow me on other social platforms, you will also notice that I haven't posted any media or photos there either. By all accounts, you could say that I quit film photography, that I quit social media, and that I overall just quit being a creative. You could say all of those things, but you'd be wrong. The truth is, I have continued to shoot film here and there throughout the past year and a half. The problem is I haven't really kept up with developing the film, editing the film, or putting anything out because I just didn't feel like it. The desire kind of left me. And when that happens to you, you got to take a step back, or at least I do. So what the hell have I been doing in the meantime? I've been in the gym. Writing. I started running. It's hard. I'm still not very good at it. More writing. Reading a bit. More writing. Some hikes with friends. And of course, more writing. As you can see, my priorities shifted in a different direction. Writing. How did film photography fade into the background of a creator who focuses on film photography? I wouldn't necessarily say it was any one thing. If anything, it was a culmination of things that I like to wrap into a bow called life. Film photography changed, not necessarily the act of shooting film photography, but more the community and culture of film photography. It became more popular, film became more expensive, cameras became more expensive, and to me, the creator community of film photography felt very redundant. I felt like I was seeing the same content over and over, and I felt like I wasn't doing anything to necessarily stand apart from it. Sure, my channel has always been about my experience documenting what I experienced while learning film photography, experimenting in film photography, but I just kind of felt like I slid down a slope into the realm of camera reviews, film reviews, things of that nature. We can all agree there's more than enough content about this camera being awesome versus this camera being crap versus this film stock being the holy grail of all film stocks. I didn't want to be on that vibe anymore. I wanted to step aside and do something different, something unique to just me. And that took me out of film photography because I didn't have a lot to say at the moment. And I'm not someone who's going to say things just to fill the void in the air. I'd rather sit in silence. Yet during my time of silence here on YouTube and on social media, I've continued to delve into the world of storytelling, taking photography classes, and just continuing to try to shape my voice and my eye on my photographic style so that I can still remain engaged in a practice that I actually really love. Hell, I even tried my hand at digital photography. I went out and bought the Ricoh G3. Sad times. I did not like that camera. There's nothing wrong with it. It just did not speak to my spirit. It didn't fulfill me in the way that taking photos normally does. And when that happened, I 100% knew that I'm a film girl. Go figure. I also came to a realization that the kind of photography that I enjoy the most is documentary photography, street photography, and just all around story-based photography. And I wasn't really trending in that direction in my own photography since at the time I was working as a photo assistant on editorial shoots. Sure, it's great to learn how the bread is buttered in the world of magazine photography, but it wasn't exactly what got me hyped about photography. So I had to take a step back from that and really dive deep into pursuing what my passion actually is. And my passion actually lies in writing. I'm a writer, always have been, always will be. And not writing never happens for me. Like if I go a day without writing, I really feel not good. I feel bad. I feel like the day was kind of wasted, like I was unproductive that day. Whereas I feel like photography is the perfect kind of partner to facilitating my writing. When I'm able to go out and visually see stories and interesting things unfold in front of me, it often sparks ideas about stories I could write and tell. So the two for me go hand in hand in that way. When one suffers, the other one kind of dips as well. So I feel like I do better when I'm trending upward in both mediums. With these things in mind, I shifted my focus to writing more, to trying to publish books on my own so that I can learn about self-publishing and I can get the experience. Because I am a believer of the 10,000 hours / 10 years to truly master a skill. And writing is definitely a skill that you have to practice to get better at. So is photography. Like I said, the two go hand in hand, which is why I like them both so much. So I spent all of 2023 writing and publishing books under a pen name so that I could get the practice and experience I need so that when I'm ready to start self-publishing under my own name, it goes off without a hitch, there's no nerves, and I have an idea of how to navigate the landscape. Last year alone, I published 11 books, and let me tell you, that learning curve is steep, but I'll continue. Also, writing isn't as flashy as photography. I can write for hours. Matter of fact, I did write for hours last year and I published multiple books and no one knows about it who knows me except for my close circle of friends. There's no quick post it to Instagram, hey you guys, I wrote this book kind of situation because it's a pen name. The whole point of a pen name is to do it without people knowing that it's me. So I worked a lot in the dark and I'm okay with that as long as the work is getting done. But not having that quick turnaround or that evidence of a photo to show for your work is kind of tough. Writing is definitely much more of a process, a singular process, a solitary process. You slog through the first draft, push through revisions, suffer through edits, more edits, then you have the rollout. The book is done. But for the most part, I'm sure most people thought I floated into the abyss because I hadn't posted anything on social media. Now I'm sure I could have posted on social media, continued to make photographs and upload videos on this channel, all while continuing to write and publish books under a pen name. It would have been tough, but I could have done it. But when I tell you I want to go all in, I want to go all in so that I knew that I had given everything I could to learning and growing within this new pursuit of self-publishing books. So I said no to everything else. Have I sold all my camera gear? Am I going back to digital? What's going to happen to this channel? I can tell you right now, I didn't sell my cameras. I really love my cameras. It took a long time to acquire my cameras. Not selling them anytime soon. And I currently have over 100 rolls of film in my apartment. Most expired, but I'm going to shoot every single one. Bet on it. So why am I back on YouTube? I had an amazing experience at the end of last year. I went to Contact Photo Lab here in downtown LA and I stepped into the darkroom for the first time. And it shifted the way I view photography. It shifted the way I was looking at my photography, the photos I had already taken in the past. It was an eye-opening experience and I can't wait to get back in there so that I can continue to learn more about the craft of making photos and the way I can transform a photo in the darkroom. The experience even pushed me to go out and be more dogged about how I pursue photo projects just so I have an excuse to go back into the darkroom. Be sure to stay locked in on the channel because I'm going to be dropping the video about my first time in the darkroom on this channel soon. And you'll see firsthand why I am now back on my film photography-ish and looking forward to creating more photos. But pump your brakes. Just because I'm still 10 toes down on film photography being my preferred method of making photos does not mean I'm going to be dedicating my channel to film photography anymore. Why? Because my viewpoint's changed. I used to believe film photography was for everybody. In fact, it was a slogan I would often say in a lot of my videos. I wanted everyone to get involved. And to a certain extent, I still wish everyone could still be involved with film photography. But one of the last videos I made on my YouTube channel was about me going out and helping my friend's little sister get started in film photography. Yet, she can't afford to do film photography with any type of regularity. She has books, tuition, and housing to pay for. How could I honestly encourage her to pursue film photography when she has more important things that she needs to pay for? I've been there. I was that broke college student. And there's no way in hell I'll be putting my money towards film photography when I had all these other things to pay for. Case in point, I called my local lab last week. Their prices went up Surprise. They're charging $8 for color rolls and $9 for black and white rolls just for development. And then add another $3 to $4 if I want them to scan the negatives for me. Come on now, I feel terrible telling somebody who doesn't have disposable income to put what little money they have towards film photography. And I'm not going to do it. Most of my content has been geared towards beginners. I'm not even going to get into the price of film stocks and used cameras because it's out of pocket. It's so far more expensive today than it was when I got started that I feel uncomfortable encouraging people to spend their money this way. And I'm not going to do it. Now, if you're already deep into film photography like I am, and you can't quit her, I get it. I'm there. You know, I've tried it straight, but it keeps pulling me back saying, don't go. You know, I'm the aesthetic you want. And, you know, she's right. I'm staying where I am. But for newbies and anyone not already invested in film photography, I say go digital. It's just more cost effective. There are lots of cameras to choose from, and the price points appeal to people from multiple economic backgrounds. The future. The plan is to keep making YouTube videos because I enjoy making YouTube videos. When I wasn't making videos, I honestly missed it and kept thinking of ways I could continue to engage in making videos that didn't make me feel cringe for making content I didn't necessarily believe in. So my plan moving forward is to dive deeper into the creative process and the creative lifestyle because by all accounts, I'm a fairly well-rounded creative. I've been doing it my whole adult life, and I've picked up a few tips and tricks along the way that could be helpful to someone else leading an artistic life. I want to offer more in-depth views on what the creative lifestyle looks like and talk more about writing. I'll also be sharing more of my photography projects and other creative projects as they come up. Now, that's not to say that if I come across a dope film camera, I won't tell you guys about it. I more than likely will, but that's not going to be the main focus of this channel. And I have to say, I'm looking forward to getting started. It's been a while, I've missed it, and I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store for you. Let's go.